So here we go, game 5 is going to be another Huns war going in, and obviously both players playing as Huns. Hera in blue this time, just as the earlier games, and Zuppi playing in the north as red. So I'm just going to get started, look at the maps real quick, and the first thing I'm going to see, quite an open map for Hera again. Once again, he has a better woodline in the back this time in my opinion. But look at the hills in the front again. He might really struggle defending this in the long run of the game. Or maybe he can actually, really late in the game, make sure he can seize them and maybe defend from there on. But for now, I think it's going to be more of a burden, especially because it's so in between both of the players. I think this is going to be a really key element of this map in this matchup. And if we go to Zuppy's map, he has nice main gold in the back and the nice wood in the back a little bit. I guess he could go for a lumber here anyway. I think Zuppi might be quite able to wall. I'm not entirely sure. The left side seems very open. So I find it really hard to say, to be honest, how he will be able to defend this map. Partially, I feel like the front lines in the wood might help him cover up a little bit. He has the resources in the back, which is nice. But on the other hand, there seems to be very open edges, and again, both players really have the hills in the front, which might really favor the player going offensive. But who knows, maybe we're going to see the same thing as last game, where both players are going offensive. And it seems like Hera's looking for a bit of laming. He might find a villager grabbing the boar, but it's really close to the town center, so Hera should be fine getting it in. Even though he waits a bit too long, will the sheep be in time? No, he's stopping. The sheep was in time, but he stopped the villages of Heroes down one vill, and all rees have been used, so he cannot read this one.
I came back for just at the right time.
I bet you
Wow.
saw the vill going down.
Yeah, that was the first thing I heard was that girl screaming as she died.
No. Oh, this is really bad, because the worst thing is, he sent the sheep in there in time to actually block the boar, but the vill stopped walking. So, she died in the end anyway. So Hera being sat back from the beginning a little bit. I think Zuppi has been looking for the lane, but I think he did not find his additional ball here, but he might run into it right now. I'm not sure if he will try and lame it or whether he just wants to know Hera's map layout, but he's
Well,
going to miss it anyway for now.
even if he chooses not to lame it, he could certainly. Oh, just seeing it. Even if he chooses not to lame it, he could certainly be lame
Ooh,
and delay it. But he should lame it, and he's going to do that right now. Well done, Zuppi. This is a tournament game. Definitely take advantage of every opportunity to win.
and he's also getting his own ball in quite in time to make sure he doesn't get counter lamed or anything like it, but it seems like Hera is looking in the wrong corner for information anyway.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to lame someone after you've already taken your second boar. So he pretty much only needs to focus on this and just keeping his TC running. And he's taking his good old time here. And he's not too far away from getting this in. And Hera isn't going to really be able to get back to stop him. So
No,
it's just
he
a
has
matter of
no idea what
getting
Zuppi is
cooperative.
anyway, and I think Hera did scout the ball, but I'm not sure if he noticed the laming going on. I think Hera would have noticed the scout running around in his base rather early, so from there on Hera might suspect that he got lamed. But the ball lane going really smooth so far. And 4 on wood for Hera, which is quite interesting. We might actually for both players. Not entirely sure if this one got added later on, as I got a bit distracted by the veil dying to the ball and the ball lane.
Yeah. So the question is now, because what's done is done here. Question is, can Hera balance his eco to get up at a decent time? He's probably going to have to be aggressive here, but can he get up? Because this is a real setback for him.
I
Sometimes
think
players
he's not able to really get a great uptime over here. Um, yeah, I think he's going to have a rough time clicking up at approximately the same time. He might have to idle his TC a little bit, or maybe go for 24 villages, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of trouble for him anyway. He's clicking the loom now. I doubt he will be able to go up after loom, to be honest. And Zuppi now going up at 21 population, obviously having a really easy time with the ball. Still has 4 sheep left. I think he even lamed an additional 2 sheep of Hera, if I'm not mistaken.
and I could be wrong. No, I'm right. Zuppi's sending 4 villagers forward, and
Oh.
he's going to use the extra resources to try and do some damage onto Hera. Now, Zuppi has excellent scouting. He sees the main gold, he sees the wood line, and he knows that Hera only has 1 wood line. Now, I'm watching the build of Zuppi, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see the barracks go up and then 2 ranges. Zuppi, or excuse me, Hera, on the other hand, he's scouting. He actually has good scouting himself, but he does not have a scout back at home, so he does not see what's coming right now, unless, of course, he is doing a palisade scan or just trying to see what's
Yeah,
going
but I
on.
doubt he's going to scan this whole area, to be honest. So I think Zuppi will have a good chance of dealing some damage with his forward, especially as he's hitting feudal a bit earlier. And even though Hero went up with 1 field later, and obviously lost 1 field as well, so actually really is 2 villages later in this point. And now getting the barracks up as well. Will Hero be going for scouts with the number of farms? I think he will. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
It's important for Hera, honestly, that he knows what's going on here, because if he chooses to go scouts, he's in a rough spot because of the amount of spears that come out in this build from Zuppi. He's already in. Oh, he sees the archer range, and he's got it. He's going to go for a range then himself. So he doesn't see the tower. Oh, he does just see it now, but he is definitely in a rough spot. It's going to be hard for him to push up this hill. He's going to be a range down already. In fact, he didn't even... Oh, he did start building his up on the hill.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's actually really able to get it up easily, as there's already 6 military units coming from Zuppi, which might give him a hard time getting it up.
Yeah.
Now trying to get a tower up on his wood line, which is going to be very important, but I doubt. Now, even if he gets it up, it's going to really be a sloppy start for Hera here, and he might struggle quite a bit. Having nice micro with the villages though, sending the wounded in time back. And actually really picking the right units at the right time.
Yeah,
So
I agree, and he's doing a decent job with the situation he's in. He really just needs to hold to his wood line, because the build from Zuppi has not added in any gold units yet. He needs to get his range up and try and defend this. But Zuppi is taking Hera's berries just to do something. He's building a mill there as well. Wow.
Oh wow, but there's not a lot of food left in the berries, but okay, fair enough. You want your villages working. Maybe a wood line was a better idea, but okay. Hero's actually taking stone right now because he figured he might need some additional defensive towers later on. No stone being taken for Zuppi, so it seems like he will be sitting on 1 tower for now at least. Skirmish is obviously coming out for Hera. Double arch range for Zuppi, however, so I wonder how this is going to work.
It's rough for Hera because he just does not have the numbers. And every skirm he does make right now, he can't fight with because it can just get focused down. He's got to fight with Vils, and then he's not going to be able to bring in any resources with Vils. So making the tower is probably the wisest thing to do, but he's got to get it up. And as you can see, this is just a huge mess for Hera right now, and he has a lot of weak Vils in here as well. So it's important he micros them. And he has this one right here. He needs to be careful with. It is going back on 10 HP. Should just be okay. I will say that his Vil micro is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's really nice for now. He's really not been disappointing us so far. But as you mentioned, Hera's just really struggling keeping this together. His base is just a bit of a chaos, and we have Zuppi just sitting in peace, having all his villages at work, so we can see this forward doing quite a bit of damage.
Once the numbers get a little bit stronger for Zuppi, he's going to be able to get fletching and just do a little bit more damage. He already knows that Hera's just in this one area. He knows exactly what Hera's doing, just going to defend with towers for now, and he also knows that Hera is not going to be on gold.
Yeah, Hera is really not going to be on gold for quite some time unless he's really able to get a counterattack. He's getting reasonable numbers now, but look at it. Zuppi has more than double the military count right now, so I think Hera's going off of gold for a very long time, and now I'm wondering how much this will be of a benefit for Zuppi, really, as he's just going to be untouched in his own economy. He might be able to click up to Castle Age way earlier or anything like it, or just continue making more units. He's getting fletching now, as you mentioned earlier, and that's going to be a huge advantage as well. And Hera's just getting the blacksmith up. So yeah, maybe fletching for him later, but I think he still has the 50 gold left, so as he didn't spend it on anything else.
Hera is doing a good job with it from the situation he's in. I believe he lost 2 sheep as well in the Dark Age, right?
Yeah, he lost a boar and 2 sheep.
Yeah, so he's doing a good job in the situation he's in, but it doesn't mean it's looking good at all. He just lost 1 villager, and now he's fleeing back to his tower. He's waiting for fletching himself before he takes a fight, but, you know, you're looking at now gold. Zuppy's going to go over to gold shortly, and he has a couple more villagers now as well, so ideally, if you're defending with towers like this, maybe you could do a counterattack, but we're not seeing that at all. Hera just has to defend.
Yeah.
It's not looking great for him.
And now Zuppi is actually walling most of his map in as well, just to make sure there's no counterattack coming in. Even though Hera has his defense quite set down right now with all the towers and the skirmishes of his own, I mean, he's fighting off the hill, got the towers up there as well. I think he's pretty safe overall, but Zuppi will stay and continue, obviously forcing idle time and keeping him off the gold. And yeah, now we have Zuppi moving onto the gold quite a bit, actually sending his villagers back. And really a successful forward for him so far.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I don't know if this is a huge deal, but I've been watching. He's now corrected it, but Zuppi had like 2 villagers garrisoned in his TC for like 5 game time minutes.
Ooh, that's really awkward.
Yeah, but he's got a little bit of a better position now. You see the stable going up from Hera though, next to his archery range up on the hill. I like that move. He is gonna have to micro well and pick off these spears here from Zuppi, but that might free up some space for him.
Yeah, but with the number of skirmishes, he should have an easy time to pick off those spears. And once he picks up those spears, the number of skirmishes Zuppi has left over after such a fight doesn't matter too much, I feel. As, well, obviously the scouts will take some damage, but will have quite an easy time. And look at Hera moving to the left corner of the map, it seems.
Yeah, Zuppi now sees that stable, so he's gonna... It's just priceless, that scouting information right there. He's adding archers in already. He is on gold, but he doesn't have a lot on gold. So, and actually, Hera killing a lot of units to the right of his TC.
Yeah, doing a great job. But what I just wanted to mention real quick, Hera's villagers, which he sent to left, are just... He was 1 tile out of sight radius of finding the gold. He didn't know it was there. He got really lucky to get on that gold, to be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't have any scouting information on that side, so actually really lucky for him to find such a thing, and it might help him out quite a bit, as all of his other gold was forward and pretty much denied.
I don't understand Zuppi's decision to fight here. We have scouts now coming out from Hera. Obviously, he saw the stable earlier, and the scouts are going to chase down these skirms, and now Hera's taking a good fight. Is Zuppi, like, throwing a good advantage away? I don't understand this. Hera has really dealt well with this pressure, I think. And the stable is a wise choice. I don't know if he should invest too heavily in it, but maybe he has to, as clicking up to the castle age is Zuppi now. And I assume he's going to go crossbows.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing anything else. I mean, there's no stable out for him yet, otherwise he maybe could consider getting out some knights to deal with the skirmishes and the scouts. I mean, it wouldn't be too weird, but as he has no stable put down so far, I don't think... that will be the best option, but just what you mentioned earlier, just going with the expos and the upgrades.
I literally, when you were talking about the gold earlier, I didn't even see it. It was that far away. I was like, what is he talking about? I'm not even going to ask. Like, I don't want to be annoying. It's like, I'm not, whatever, I'll find it later. And I'm like, whoa, it's way over there. Yeah, I just saw it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he just didn't even scout it at all, so he got really lucky, and people in chat are just questioning him right now, so... Oh, actually, we have the stables going up for Zuppi, so he might be considering going knights after all. Hera seems to be clicking up to Castle Age pretty soon, as he just needs a bit more gold income. But...
That's a wise move, because,
Zuppi's
I mean,
knights...
look at the army composition of Hera. I'd say crossbows, but I don't know why I did. I must have been a brain fart or something, because, I mean, 2 stables, a couple knights gonna wreck the army composition of skirmishers from Hera. But we do have a market, stables, gonna be 3 stables from Hera. So I think he's aware that he maybe needs to push back a little bit here, and that he's quite exposed. In fact, he is doing quite a bit of walling. His gold's gonna be exposed, but I think he's banking on the fact that Zuppi cannot see that, which is probably a good guess. and he's just kind of hiding in his base right now.
And
Zuppi's going for +2, and he's sending out the knights. Now, Zuppi has to be careful not to take some bad fights here. He needs to mass his units, and oh, he's running right up this hill now. Of course, he's probably not going to upgrade any of these units he has, but still. He needs to be a little bit careful.
yeah, it's a bit greedy to just moving forward like this, but with the knights come out, it will give him some time. But as we question every time, will he have enough time to actually deal the damage?
Yeah.
And
Hera's walling everything right now. He's quick walling towards his TC everywhere. Look at this. And the knights are running underneath the TC. Now, I want to point this out. I don't know if it will actually play a part in this game, but look behind his wood line. He's walled it with 2 villagers, and there's a hole there. So I'm sure he will find it, but if the knights go there shortly, and I think they're running there now, that could be a huge issue. Because he has nothing back there.
oh, he's actually walling it in time right now.
Okay, thank you.
And a second layer.
Yeah, alright.
Ooh, and it seems like Hera is actually going to respond with some monks, because now he has some gold, he wants to spend it as well.
Oh, but he needs to definitely wall up behind there. Unless
those
he's going to
knights
have
are-
his own knights.
Wait, didn't knight just bug through, or just does it just look like it? Ooh.
Might have been that they're running in now. He only has skirmishers in there and a couple spears. He doesn't have many knights. And does have the hill, so it looks like the army from Zuppi is running back.
Has some spears as well to defend, so that will help him out quite a bit, but he needs to be careful with the skirmishes, as he seems to be losing every one of his spears right now.
Yeah.
But if we look at the villages right now, we have Zuppi sitting at 3 town centers, being 9 villages ahead, but Hera is still really forced in this position where he constantly needs to defend, and is just sitting at his 46 villages, no additional TCs being built.
Zuppi's in a good position. He has the game in his hands right now. He has the map control and he has extra eco rolling. He's also going to ranges right now. He got Bodkin and he's going to a 3rd range, so I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps his knights alive and just holds out for the cav archers. Hera, on the other hand, I could be wrong. Did he put up? No, he's still on the 1 TC. So he is going to definitely have to do some damage here and then get his eco rolling as well. I mean, right now he's at 15 builds behind, which is huge. And not to mention that the cav archers are so eco-friendly for the Huns that Zuppi's probably making a very wise decision.
Yeah, indeed. Even though Hera still has a reasonable number of skirmishes out, the cav archer still feels like a good decision. He got a siege workshop as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him manging out to actually deal with the skirms later on. But obviously now he needs to be careful with other knights in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind, if I was Zuppi, I would probably try and take these skirms out now, because...
Yeah, he tried.
Cav archers, but he just totally missed.
Yep. Rest in peace, Manganel. You had one shot. Literally, and yeah, you get it.
But this is good for Hera. I mean, he still has time to get the TCs up. If he takes out these forward buildings, Zuppi has to reproduce a lot of buildings, which is a lot of wood. So, if Hera's able to take these out, that would be very good for him.
I don't think Hera has a siege workshop yet, does he? No, he does not. So he will take a while to actually get it. He's finally adding a 2nd town center on the forward gold,
Yeah.
and that might really help him out. But still, the villager difference is pretty huge, as Zuppi has had 3 town centers up and running for so much longer. He's still adding more knights.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It looks like Zuppi's actually continuing with the knights since he's gonna lose his ranges, and he's actually building another stable now. He's really keeping us on our toes. He's building another stable then in his base, and you know, now that the wood line's pretty saturated and there's a lot of farms in the back for Hera, if the knights get massed, they could really do a lot of damage onto Hera here, and that might just happen right now. I think husbandry came in earlier as well for Zuppi. I didn't really mention it, so he might be able to take a good fight. Couple monks getting conversions there for Hera. And
yeah, that will help him a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's a big thing in the grand scheme of things. But
yeah,
when on equal numbers, it obviously can make a difference, especially if the monks stay alive for another day to make another convert later on. It will be very cost effective. He's still adding more, and that's actually 4th town center going up for Zuppi on this stone.
Zupy just has a huge advantage right now. I mean, Hera built that new town center, but he only has 1 villager there. And then the villagers that build it are going over to build another one. I mean, he's 41 vills behind. You just... Oh, he could raid Zupy right now and kill 30 vills. He'd still be behind. That's just astronomical difference right there.
Yeah, indeed. It will require a lot of work for Hera to actually get back in this game, but he is ahead in military, but once again, it's partially just skirmishes. Let me check, it's 16 skirmishes for him, so that's not a lot of value.
The score is probably misleading because of the skirmishers too, because Hera probably is not aware that there is a 40 villager lead right now, or 30 villager lead now. He probably thinks that Zuppy's in a similar situation, when in reality it's much different. And so he would probably be doing things a little bit differently. He'd probably be a little bit more aggressive or something, and not sitting back at home clearing up some, well, mining camp right now. Who knows? But who knows what the approach will be? Who knows how the fights will go? Zuppy's still making a lot of knights. I don't know if he's going to engage in the castle age. 4 stables, getting husbandry now. He must not have had it before.
Well, it would be weird if he researched it twice.
Yeah.
We're not playing on a 9 tech mod, are we?
No, I hope not. I don't think Taff would like that. But, and come the Knights of the Husbandry is going to be in, so that's going to really help out in these fights. A couple conversions probably come in here.
1, there's 2. Not sure about the others. I really think Zuppi simply has way more knights here. I'm not going to count in the skirmishes, as they will simply be nullified by the knight armor in my opinion. But this is huge. I find it hard to say who is better off taking this fight. But I think Zuppi is going to end up as the winner in any scenario.
Yeah. The military numbers are in Zuppi's favor, and there's still about like 7 skirmishers in there for Hera, so I mean, it is not looking good for Hera at all. These TCs will just melt like butter to 10+2, 2 defense knights, and you know, still of course 35 Vil lead then for Zuppi, and it's just a matter if Hera can somehow do something miraculous. I just don't think he can. His TCs, I think, will go down to knights here, and if Zuppi gets the gold, he could actually click up shortly as well, which is crazy if you think about it, but I think he will probably just go aggressive here with some siege, because he could win it that way. That being said, Siege Workshop could be going up.
It's being added right now by Zuppi.
Yeah.
Really doing a great job, but the back of Hera's base is so open. I feel like if Zuppi moves in with the knights right now, he'll be able to deal so much damage. He's already 30 villages, 40 villages ahead right now.
Yeah, it's huge.
And he can deal so much more damage. He's ahead in military. He's just stronger at this moment, and he's up to Imperial Age as well. And if we look at Hera, I think he's really far away from clicking up.
He's gonna bide his time. He built the Siege Workshop to have the military building he needed, or the Castle Age building he needed, and he might even find the Vils on the left-hand side.
Yeah, but the gold is already depleted. But
yeah, that's just more Vils that Hera's not gonna have then, and they're gonna try and run, but they're gonna die.
yeah, there's nowhere to go. Really, that's another 6 villages down on Hera, and the difference is just insane.
So it's one of those situations where Hera has to pull it back somehow and change the game. He hasn't actually been on Zuppi's side of the map almost all game. He's pushing out across now to find this gold, and he's going to find the stables going up. And Zuppi's going to run, and we have a town center going up from Zuppi there as well. That's a lot of villagers. He needs to definitely make sure he locks this area down. He's bringing his knights back.
Yeah, he needs to be careful there, but to be honest, even if Hera kills all of them, he wouldn't even be behind on Vil count.
Exactly. So just fight with the Vil. Doesn't matter. He does have bot there, so TC will help out a little bit. But his knights are back now, so I mean, he's gonna have to run back. He's running down.
Look at the military count, and with Zuppi hitting Imperial, as soon as he gets Cavaliers, the additional upgrades, and stuff like it, there's nothing for Hera to find back. He's getting barracks right now for pikemen because he knows he's going to struggle with this number of knights, but even then, I think as soon as Zuppi would choose to mix in some cav archers, and the pikes won't stand a chance either.
This is gonna. I think the GG is gonna come in any moment now because the TC will go down. Cavalier will come in.
There you have it, exactly.
Yeah, that was interesting game. Of course, Hera is pretty much at fault for losing that villager, but well played from Zuppi. You have to be cutthroat in a tournament matchup, and Zuppi taking that boar was a really wise decision, and also going forward really worked out for him as well. Because of course, if you don't have that boar, you don't have the two sheep, then it's going to be hard for you to deal with those forwards. And as we saw here, Zuppi was pretty much ahead the entire game, so it was really well played.
Yeah, indeed. I really liked how Zuppi played it on this map, and he really, as you mentioned, used the fact that he had addition of food. And from there on, he really continued to pressure the game. He made sure his own eco was at a great position and made sure Hera was just at his awkward. I'm trying to keep my vills busy, but if I do so, then you're just going to lose them, or they're going to be attacked anyway. And just the difference in village account over the duration of the game are simply working in Zupi's favor, and that's what he's been doing really well. Just make sure his eco was better at all times, keep the pressure up. I mean, we haven't seen any counterattack of Heroes in this game, except maybe for the fact where he ran up to that gold where the TC of Zuppi was just being dropped at the end of the game,
Yeah.
but I cannot really count it as an attack.
It was survival, and then survival and dying. That's what we saw from Hera, unfortunately. uh, while in some of the other games, normally it's survival and then success, but it was not this game. So
Yeah, pity.
it was a good best of five though, so it was enjoyable for sure.
Yeah, indeed, it was certainly an interesting set of matches. As I mentioned earlier, it was really fun to see how the players are really of equal skill level and how they made use of the maps. I always love those expert games where you see people, yeah, just doing one or two extra things that might win them the game. And that's really why I just love doing this. But anyway,
Yeah, it was a good cast, man. I didn't, of course, cast you the whole time, but you and Robo did a good job, and I watched most of the games, so it was a lot of fun, and so everyone was really satisfied with it. So it was a lot of fun, and thanks for letting me co-cast today. And the tournament as well is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to cast, as are a lot of other people. So
yeah, indeed. Really looking forward to the other matches as well. And I just want to thank you for being here co-casting with me. And I just want to say thanks everyone for being here, watching the games. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I guess I don't really have a lot to add from here on. Just thanks for being here. Don't forget to tune in on the other streams. Just and make sure to follow the tournament because I think we're going to see more like those matches that are just great to see. And if you